Hi, and welcome back to PixelPia Creative AI and my series called Visual Notes. In my last video, I showed you how I work with Midjourney's Draft and ChatGPT to develop the images I want to use in each number of visual notes. But to do so, we need a setup for how we can distribute it. And today I'm going to show you how I work with Affinity Designer 2 to set up the master pages that I then can use for each number of visual notes. This is not directly AI, but it's an important step to be able to write and reflect around these images. Here is a quick look of the layout that I have already tried in a draft. This is the format I want to use for all upcoming visual notes issues. And this gives room to breathe, and the main focus is on the image. The text I write using one of my AI created voices in ChatGPT. But today, as I said, we are going to set up the base for all this. We are going to create the actual template that can be reused in all upcoming issues. So let's move over to my computer. So here we are in Affinity Designer 2, and we're going to set up our first number of visual notes. We're going to do it in letter, and we're going to make sure that we have it in landscape. As you can see, nothing to change on the first one. We're going to set it up for 15 pages, but we are not having them facing each other. Color we leave as it is. Margins, we're going to change all of them to 0.5. And we actually going to set the bleed to 0.125 and click create. And you will see here under pages, I hope that it has created 15 pages but I am actually not going to work in those. So let's click on master pages and we're going to start creating our master pages. So the first one, we call it title page. And we have no color, nothing. We keep everything as it is, and it's one page. And on this title page, we are going to set up first a text box here for the title. By choosing the moving tool here, I can make sure I get this in the center. And here we go. With the move tool selected, I will go up and make all the changes here for my text format. We are going to use for, where did my Playfair display? And we're going to make it bold in this case. And we are going to use 336 point. And I have already set up a color palette here. And we're going to use this teal color. And now I click inside the text box and I write title. And as you can see, I need to change another few things here. I want it centered and I want it vertically centered as well. Now it is in the place I want. I go back to my move tool so it's not highlighted. And that looks pretty good. That's where I want. Now I'm going to create a second text box underneath this one. A little narrower. And for this one, let's start by writing subtitle. But you see, it used the same style as the title here. So we need to change it. I highlight the text here. I go up and change it. And for my subtitle and most of my text, I use Lato. I'm going to choose italic. And I'm going to choose 16 points here. Center it. And it's still centered vertically, but we're going to change the color to the plum. So now I have my title master page. We're going to add the second master page. We're going to do a total of 4. And this is the intro page. Keep the setting the same. Make sure we are in this master, and we are going to add another text box here. This time a little bigger, because we will have a little bit more centered, and we intro to the number. You might wonder why I put it in 4 rows. I will soon explain that to you. We wanted, first of all, to see it easier. Let's send. We want this to be a little bigger. 20 looks good to me. I want this to be in this charcoal color. And the reason I wrote it on several rows here is that I want to be able, by taking the move tool and clicking just the text box, over on the right hand side here in the palette where you see the layers, I now go to character, position and transformation. I want to be able to learn now is here in the leading override. I want to be able to change spacing between the lines. So here I mark all of it. 18 is a good readable number. Yes, I changed that to 18. So now I have my intro page done and my title page. These two I could have done directly in each number, as you will see. But the next master we're going to create is the real time saver, core layout, I call that. This is where we're going to have all our images and the reflection. The first thing I'm going to add to this is a image box. And these images, this is why I wanted the bleed, will be almost the whole page, like there. So now I have an image box set into my core page, and then we're going to do a little text box underneath there, and that will stay within the margins. And I'm going to write reflection to the image. We're going to use Lato. We're going to have it centered. I think we want it a little smaller, maybe 16 points here. Maybe even smaller than that. Let's go to 14 points. That looks good. And let's lower this to 14 points as well. The leading override. And this text I want to be even lighter gray. So I'm going to go with that one. That looks good to me. You can't see it right now, but it's looks good to me. I will soon show you on the pages how it's. And I need a 4th master, and that is the outro reflection. Just call it outro here. And double click on that, so we are on the blank one. On this one, we're going to have, it's almost a copy of the first one, but we are going to have 2 text boxes. And let's go back to this and copy the text here. Go to my outro and paste it in. And that way we have the same, the 20 points Lato centered and with the same spacing here between leading override set to 18 points. And I think I'm going to make it a little smaller. By hovering over these lines here, I can change the size of my text box, and then I drag it back to the center. But as I said, I'm going to have a second text box here, and that's going to be my credit. And as you can see, it picked up exactly the same as we did in the second text box earlier, but we are going to keep this Lato italic. 14 points is great, but I think I want this aligned to the right. And I don't want the very light, I want the charcoal that I use. So I have room on this page when I'm working to add something more. So now I have created 4 master pages. They are still nothing on these pages. And now is when the magic happens. We click on the first, the title page. I right click and apply master to pages, specific pages. And in this, I just click page number 1 and OK. The intro page, same thing. Right click, apply master to pages, specific pages, 2 pages. The image pages, same thing. Right click, apply master to pages. In this case, it's 3 to 14. Okay. And the last master page, apply master to page 50. And now, if we close our master pages and open our pages and go through them, let's make sure we can see the layers. This is the title page, and we can go in here and change the title. Visual Notes number 1 and created by PixelPia. That's not the text I want to have here at the end, but that is how easy I can go in and change it. If I now by chance wanted to add something, I want to add an image here. Let's add an image frame here, and I'm going to add it for the whole page, and then I'm going to add my image. You see, now the image is laying on top of everything. So if I go over to my layers here, title page is the page that has all the things from the master, and then we have the picture frame. If I drag that under, you see the image lays behind the text. Now let's go down to one of the pages that we will have our images on. Here I just have to click image. Let's pick any one of them. This one. And as you can see, it ends up right in the image box. And then I can go down and change the text. This is my new text. What the master did was just the placement of everything. I can't go in and delete one of the boxes I have in the master, but I can go back up to my masters here. And let's say that I decide, let's go to master, this master, the one that is for the core layout. And let's choose this image box. Let's say that I change my mind and I want the image boxes to be with the margins. I go in and change my master, and as you see, all the other pages here, even the one I haven't put images in, changes right away. The same way, if I want to go into my master and say the front page, I want to go in and change the type of the font of my titles, I can do that here. I can change the colors, I can change, and everything that is connected to this master will automatically change. This is why I like to create masters. I can now reuse this master for all my future projects in this series. And let's go and open. Here is the one I've been working on. This is almost done. And let's start by looking at the masters up here. You see, it looks similar to the one I just showed you, and these masters are assigned to the pages the same way. And when this project is done using the masters that I just showed you, I can go in here and choose export as a PDF if that's what I want. But in this case, even though I'm not done, I have set up my master and I want to save this so I can reuse it. I go up to File, Export as Template, and I call this Visual Notes One Page Layout Template. And I save it somewhere on my computer so I know where it is. And I'm going to close this one. No, I don't want to save changes to that and we're gonna say new, and I'm going down to templates here, and this is the folder I know I have my templates in, and here is the one I just saved, visual notes, one page. And here we have the masters. I should have gone in and changed my pages before. See, it's good I do stupid things here. That image from the master, from the page. Now I go in, export as a template, and save it. So every time I start working on a new number of visual notes with a separate theme, I do what I did here. I go to File, New, select from templates, and I know I have it. And here I can add my own. See, I have a couple of different folders I have saved these, exported these templates to, and they will show up here, and I can add a folder from my computer by clicking down at the bottom here. So now I am here, and visual notes, one page layout, and it opens with 15 pages each time, exactly how I want this layout to be. Well, maybe it wasn't the best explanation, but I just wanted you to see how I have prepared using master pages in Affinity Designer 2. So there you have it. Let's call it the skeleton of what will become my visual notes. In my next episode, we will use this template to insert the images, plus use ChatGPT and one of my created voices to help me write the reflections for each image. And if that is something that you are interested in, make sure you hit the subscribe button and maybe even the little bell, which give you a notification on when I upload that video. I hope to see you back here in my next video. Until then, as always, stay curious. Bye.